DC Dark Legion. Here's a game I wasn't aware of. A PvP strategy game for Windows PC and mobile. It's got an interesting style and premise, and apparently you can pre-register today. And no, this video is not sponsored by DC Dark Legion. And no, a DC Marvel Rivals, it is not. However, it does look interesting. I might check it out. It also gives us a slight hint of what a DC PvP action shooter could look like. And I think that's kind of cool. But until we get those sweet NetEase DC designs, I'm going to have to just keep making videos like this and design our own version of a DC Rivals character lineup. Welcome back to my channel. As always, I'm Brad. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. And thank you for continued support of these DC Rivals character design videos. They're a lot of work to create, but they're a lot of fun. And if you guys keep watching them, I'll keep making them. If you're new here, I'm an illustrator, animator, and story artist with over 20 years experience. And this channel is all about character design, comic art, illustration, and how to get better at all of those things. So click the subscribe button, join the community, and let's start drawing some kick-ass superheroes. In today's episode of our DC Rivals series, where we imagine and design DC characters in a Marvel Rivals NetEase design style. And we're looking at Nightwing and Starfire. And this is the 7th episode in this series, so again, thank you for your support. And we're starting with Nightwing, Batman's original Robin. But he's all grown up now, and he's fighting crime solo. And on screen, I'm working out the pencils, sort of finalizing his costume designs, and having a bit of trouble with his hair. Nightwing's having a bad hair day right now. I wanted his hair to have a simple, pointy, anime-inspired design look, but just not working right now. I think this works, and I'll continue designing his suit and anatomy details. Nightwing tends to be a very lean character, maybe similar to Spider-Man, but the Marvel Rivals designs really bulk up a lot of their characters with a lot of muscle and a lot of gadgets and tech. So I'll give him some cool armor and a bit of tech, and I'll just broaden his shoulders a little more than he would be in a comic. My pencil designs are pretty tight on this design, so I'm going to try something a little different. Instead of giving it a clean ink line, I'm going to give it a silhouette base color and just build my colors on top. It's not something I normally do, but I've seen a lot of digital artists color this way, and I thought I'd give it a try. But every artist has his unique techniques, and I actually love to digital ink my designs. So we'll see if this works out or not. So to color this way, I'm duplicating my pencil layer and I'm putting it to the top of the stack. That way I'm never going to lose the details that I need as I'm coloring below it on the other color layers. And here I'll add some shading and depth to all of his anatomy and muscles. And now on top of that shadow layer, I'm going to add some like light gray highlight lines here and there just to give it a little more depth, like it's catching some light on these edges and a bit of shine on his suit. And the software I'm using for all of these videos is Clip Studio Paint. And if you're interested, you could download a free trial, and there's a link in my description below. And the tablet I'm using is a Huion Canva 24-inch 4K. Huion tablets are just as good as Wacom for a fraction of the price. I'll leave a link to the tablet I use below, as well as some great budget-friendly options for artists just beginning their digital art journeys. And back on screen, I'm adding some light blue highlights to all of Nightwing's blue colors, his bird motif, his blue stripes. There's not a lot of color going on in Nightwing's costumes, so yeah, you gotta just give it some cool depth and highlights to the colors that are there. So I know from the comments that many of you are also artists, and I just wanted to extend a new offer where if you're interested, you could email me your designs and I could critique and help you out with any issues that you might be having. I may even use your artwork in a critique video, with your consent, of course, and if you want, links to your socials. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in, and I'll add a community post with more details and more information soon. We'll try it out for a limited time, and it could be a member perk moving forward. And back to Nightwing, we're coloring his face and hair, and yeah, he's still having a bad hair day. I'm gonna have to change this again. I think the pointy anime hair was just not working, so we're gonna go with something like this. I think this looks good. I'm adding the light gray highlights in his hair as well, catching the light, giving it some shine. And now I'll add that Marvel Rivals rim light down his left side. And I'll kind of contour it, sort of wrap it around the shapes of his left side, his muscles, his belt, things like that. And the rim light is usually a solid white color, but I'm adding it as a transparency so that I can see what's beneath it and I can see where I need to erase it if there's too much overlap going on. And I'll turn it opaque when I know I've got it exactly in the right place. And now I'll add the magenta and cyan outlines to the rim light, and I think we're just about done. Here's our Marvel Rivals, or DC Rivals, Nightwing. So what do you think? Is he rivalized enough? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear what you guys think. I think he turned out alright, considering I used a different coloring technique. And if you're interested, I'll include character structure downloads for free in the links below. And now, let's move on to Nightwing's alien crush, Starfire.
You're burning the wrong bridges.
I want none with Dick Grayson's killer.
It was an accident.
Starfire, Princess Coriander of the planet Tamaran. I have to admit, I didn't know that much about Starfire before doing this, so I kind of had to look it up. But after doing so, I'm kind of a fan. I think that's Damian Wayne's butt she's kicking on screen, and this is from the game Injustice 2. There's some great character designs in this game, and Starfire has some very cool costumes for this game as well. But for me, I think I'm going to try and balance the old and the new and come up with something a little bit unique but matches the style and tone of the Marvel Rivals. As far as live action adaptations of Starfire, I thought the actress Anna Diop looked great. While not comic accurate, the actress is certainly beautiful, though I think they got her personality way off. Let me know in the comments what you think. Am I wrong? On screen, I'm trying to nail down her standing pose and the pencil designs, and I'm trying to figure out a good face and hair design for her as well. And I don't like that standing pose, so let's make her sort of hovering off the ground. Flying characters should fly. And now I'll start roughing in some costume details. And I like that angular, bulky hair, but I like how it flows around her like fire. And on this design, I'm going to go back to the final clean ink lines. I think that works for me. I kind of enjoy doing that. The going straight to colors with the Nightwing design turned out to be a little trickier than I expected and took a little longer than I wanted. I mentioned the live action Titans show earlier. Has anyone seen the whole thing? I watched the first two seasons and then it kind of lost me. I couldn't stay with it. I think I really wanted a Young Justice live action series, and there's no way they were going to do that. I don't know. After drawing Nightwing and Starfire for this video, I feel like I have to go back and finish out the Titans series. What do you think? Waste of time? As for my Starfire, I'm trying to change up her costume a little and add some unique aesthetics. Starfire's had some pretty crazy costumes over the years, some great, some not so great. So the tricky part is finding a nice balance of the old and new, and throw in some other modifications as well. I thought her new 52 design was a bit over the top, but I do like the Injustice designs that they use for the game. So I'm taking some inspiration from a variety of sources, and you might not like my design choices, and that's okay. It's a comic book design, so it's meant to be fun. So let's speed through some of this inking process here and have a look at our final ink design for Starfire. So what do you think of her line work? I'm pretty happy with it. I am happy with her hair. I like how that turned out. And she's got some interesting boots. I thought that would be cool. And don't forget, you can get free structure design downloads for both of these characters in the links below. Hopefully the free structure downloads help inspire you to draw your own superheroes and give you an idea of breaking everything down to shapes. And now I'm going to start laying down my color flats. Her base colors are usually violet, orange, with a hint of green. Her skin should be a little more orange than this, but it will probably darken as I lay down more tones and blending. So I've got my base colors, so now I'm going to go in and add my shadow tones throughout everywhere. And again, I'm duplicating my line art and my ink line, and I'm putting it to the top of the layer stack, and all my colors are going to be done on layers below that. In fact, I'll duplicate the ink line layer twice, and I'll shut one off so it's preserved, and the other I'll use specifically for blending those line colors and changing them so that they combine with the overall painting below. And if you have any questions about my art process or how I use the software, please leave a comment and I'll get right back to you. And here I'm continuing with her shadow tones throughout, and I'll come back to these and sort of blend them and soften those hard edges, and I'll continue to do that throughout her design. On a separate note, what'd you guys think of the thumbnail this week? I had a brilliant comment from one of my subscribers suggesting I create Marvel Rivals Lord icons for these DC characters. And I thought, okay, that would make an awesome thumbnail design without revealing too much of the character. So thank you for the suggestion. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool for the thumbnail. What do you guys think? And back to the painting, you can see I've begun blending all those hard shadow edges, and I'm adding more darker tones, more shadow areas with like a soft blending tone. And I'm also adding some white highlights to give some reflection and some shine to her costume and her hair. I think her colors are coming along nicely. I'm actually pretty happy with this so far. And now I think I'm just about ready to add in the rival style rim light to her left side, like I do with all these designs. And again, I'll add that as a transparency, and then I can make it opaque when I've got it finalized and it's in the right place. And now we'll get rid of that white background, and it's not Starfire if I don't add some fire. So we'll start designing some fire effects, sort of wrapping around her. In my career as an animator, I used to animate and composite digital 2D effects for a variety of shows. So doing this fire here kind of is bringing back some memories. And now that's it. Our DC Rivals Starfire is complete. What do you think? I think the effects turned out great. I like her colors. I like her design. I think she turned out really good. She's one of the stronger DC Rivals designs, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you're interested, I'll have high-res digital downloads for these DC Rivals characters in the link below for a small fee, and it's a great way to support the channel. And if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. And if you're not already, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one. All the best.